Hello guys, this is Grace and welcome to my channel. So this is kind of a little bonus video that I'm sharing that the reason or the way that I'm using my scraps. And as you can remember, I have sorted the specific scraps, one with the smaller pieces, I put them in a bag, and then one that are long, I put them in this folder. That's for the bigger pattern papers. And then for the cardstocks and glittered and specific specialty papers, I put them in another folder. So my bonus to share with you is how I was able to create 11 cards with my scraps. Okay, so one of the things that have helped me to create 11 cards using my scraps is this kind of quilt die from Dynamics. Let me see what it's called. It is called Quilt Square Cover, and I just like it a lot because it has those little pieces, and then each piece has a stitching design on there. So I got this one maybe 6 months ago or so, but I really like it. And so these are the ones that I was able to create. So what I did was I just went through all of my scraps and used a combination of cardstock and also pattern paper. So as you can see with this one, I used the pattern paper for the frame and then filled it in with some cardstock, and then I also just die cut a word and then stuck it in. I actually adhered the pieces, or I adhered the frame onto a fun foam that already has an adhesive on one side, and then I made sure that the adhesive was facing up, and so I was able to put in all of these little pieces without having to add any more adhesive, because the adhesive on the fun foam was already showing on the front. So that made it easy for me to put these frames together. So this is first one. So what I did was I'm not able to create like one long shot, so I would say this took me about 3 days, but there are 3 like 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and so on. So if you were sitting down and we're gonna do this 11 cards, I would say it's gonna take you about an hour or maybe an hour and a half to do all of them. And the thing that takes them the longest is because getting all of the pieces off of the die cut once you run them through, and then of course sorting them which ones you want to put back together. So that's the thing that took the longest. But once you have this frame all done, all I did was add some more scraps of paper onto a 4.25 by 5.5 card, an A2 size card, and it made it really easy. And then I just finished it off with some sequins and also my sentiment. So that's one card, and this is another card. So as you can see, all of them have that foam that caused them to have a little bit of dimension. And then this one is another one. Now the little triangles and squares that went into the frame were a little busy, so I added a vellum to in between my sentiment and also the paper so that the sentiment will stand out a little bit more. And then here's another one. So you can do so many designs with this. As you can see, I kept the whites on there and then just added a different piece of paper in on the sides and the center. And then this one I did kind of a two-tone one, the black and the white. Again, these are all scraps, and so you can use your itty-bitty scraps to do this kind of card making design. This one is a horizontal one, just to kind of make it, change it up a little bit. And then here's a very simple one. So as you can see, just cardstock on cardstock, but 2 different hues of blue. I think the black is very striking on this one. And then here's another one, orange, purple, and yellow combination. Here is another one. So I really had fun with this, and I wasn't really concerned about, well, I mean, some of them I would kind of see what kind of pattern I was able to create, and as you can see, there are various patterns, so I didn't really get bored. But in some of them I just kind of put whatever I wanted and see if it works out. And this is the last one. So there you have it, 11 cards using scraps and a quilt die cut that helped me to use the little bits and pieces of paper that I have. If you have little bits and pieces and you're ever interested in how you're going to be able to use them, if you don't have the die, you can always go on Pinterest and kind of look at, you can always look at quilt cards, so you can kind of have an idea of how you can make your own quilt design using your scraps of paper. So there you have it. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you like these kinds of videos, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section below. And if you like videos that I'm sharing, please subscribe so you can be notified at the first video that pops up. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.